Hello everybody, welcome back to Drawing with Clangen. This is actually the last of the pre-recorded ones from my previous channel that I took down. I'm not even sure if I actually uploaded these two episodes. I cannot remember if I saw them or not. But they exist in my edited videos list, so they exist. Um, the hope is I will have the new template done. I am thinking, template wise, gonna make two variants of the headshots. One is for the family trees, and one is for the actual reference sheet. I might just use the one that Zenrift is making for the full bodies as the main one for the reference sheets. But yeah, so expect that for the May videos and onward. There is a chance, depending on how things go, I might do more drawing a Clangen. I might not. I don't know. I do plan to potentially get the buffer done for all to get the number to all 12 done. The only way the recordings will be segmented into two parts, like they were for these first 5 episodes, will be if I get interrupted and have to pick it up at a later time. Because, as stated, I'm gonna be drawing 6 cats. I think episode 10, which is gonna be in November, I plan to actually do more than just 6 cats. I plan to do the randomization of each cat for pretending to make a clan to make those designs that for the 10th episode. So it won't be from grabbing the templates. And I know for a fact there's going to be a lot of cats I can use because Jumbo Clan had a lot of cats when I stopped it. And eventually I'm going to be grabbing from both Balloon Clan and Dice Clan. I actually need to probably remark the ones I already did. For one, the name of the cat, which Clangen file they're from, and I'll relabel it for which episode. So I'll have to redo the way they're structured on Fire Alpaca, but that's beside the point. And with that said, we're gonna just jump right into the video. I did as I've been meaning to do, and I did prep some of the cats as headshots between this episode and next episode. This episode probably be go a bit quicker, especially since Momo here. I don't see any markings outside of that face marking. Doesn't change the fact I'm gonna probably give him an extra marking. I actually have an idea what this character's gonna be. Granted, they probably are not keeping the name Momo. Not Momo. Mono. Mamo? I don't remember those names and whatnot. Apparently, right now. So, let's get this underway and design some guitars. Well, not design. Unless you're counting this as me grabbing inspiration from the Clangen ones for how to do the markings. I did color tweak the marking color, make it less of a scar color. It still kind of looks like a scar color. Do casually coloring toes because yeah, otherwise the toe is not gonna get colored easily because blood fill is not great. Sometimes when the thing is small. Shouldn't give him one hind sock, aka the sock that would be missing behind that leg. But yeah, one of the upcoming videos I'm gonna be recording in the background. We'll be going over Tales of Rhazie's legions, and that should help me figure out where each character goes. Granted, some of these characters might just be background character, or for a minor part in somewhere in the timeline of Tainted Sunrise, for instance. Not this month, but next month, I will be adding in Warrior Cat Rambles, so we can have some Warrior Cat discussions. Maybe I'll talk about some of the books, give my thoughts, whether they be controversial or not. Or then my controversial thoughts might be more so that I want certain things a certain way, and I'm not of their main audience. This okay. Let's actually do it like that. This might not be the neatest one-to-one between the two versions. Get the weight down at least. Gonna have to color in toes. Oops. Need to be careful not flip bucketing the line art, because then it goes over the whole set, the whole bit of line art. I swear, the next cat that kind of looks like this, I'm making them more blue. That's probably what's gonna happen. And we're just gonna say those are wrapping stripes. Oops, that is too long. Probably should not be using a 15 point. Okay, my issue with doing triangles is relining them up properly. So my general rule of thumb of when doing triangles is one limit the number I do it, and probably note on the reference sheet that I'm not expecting a full replica. I'm just gonna put a little bit more white right there. Maybe. Not sure if you guys want my thought process as I do this, because there isn't much of one to begin with. Actually, I'm gonna make that squiggle just solid. No hole. Um, Back to mentioning that, like, some of these cats, I might have a rough idea what I might do with them. Does it mean they're gonna have a good life? Like, for instance, the cream one for the first one, I have a rough plan for them, but I don't know if they're gonna live long. And my brain is trying to find the way for them to live longer than they're going to live, but they're likely not to live long. But my idea for them is quite tragic, and I'll just say this now. I think I've kind of mentioned what the potential role would be somewhere along the line. So there's a hint to that somewhere. Um, he's gonna be a trainee scout for Cliff Valley. So you can kind of guess if you know my mentions of stuff. Granted, I probably will go over mentions of what stuff happens for each group for their dailies struggles, because some groups have more issues than others with certain things for Tales of Rhazie. Does this series make me want to rewrite one of my old Warrior fanfics? Occasionally. But if I do that, I do want to make sure I have a rough idea where I'm going, and at least a rough timeline of things, because I seem to be terrible with that. Or at least I used to be. And when I were kittens in the nursery, they never left the nursery because I was not really figuring out the timeline. But if you guys would like to see me do recreate one of my Warrior fanfics and try to revive it, I can try that. Maybe that'll be what replaces Jumbo Clan. Instead of another Warrior Cat challenge. I do like how she's coming out. I almost forgot her triangle. And please note, I got frustrated with some of these triangles trying to draw them like a full this because I was struggling with it, or this because as you see, it's not evenly distributed. That's just something I struggle to draw properly like that. And please note, while the plan is for most of these cats to become part of Tales of Rhazie, there's a small chance I might just save them for another project. Maybe I'll revive the Diamond Legacy finally, for instance. Or, as I said, I could be making a Warrior fanfic at some point to fill in the void of Tainted Sunrise is probably gonna take me a while to write. And I might limit myself on certain things until I realized I wanted to add more in. Granted, adding more in could always wait for the fourth draft. But yeah, if I do rewrite Warrior fanfics, I probably will one try to make the groups more color coded per se. So each group has more so colors you'll see or features that are in certain groups. Like my old original clan, Night Clan, which originated originally from a RP I joined that died pretty quick after I joined it because it was on a horse website, and it's something I did in middle school. Um, Night Clan, for instance, will be mostly dark colored tabbies, but maybe splashes of vibrant colors. Stone Clan would be probably also muted colors, but fluffy, like Maine Coon fluffy, so they'd be like have my tough template. Smoke Clan, um, probably would be a mixture of vibrant colors and a little bit of dull. Maybe get some house cat genes randomly in there because they're right next to where the two-legged place would have been. And then Grass Clan or whatever I named the clan, I don't remember. It might be Heather Clan. They would be creams and gingers and reds. Maybe a few whites, but not really dark colors. Like the darkest we'll get from with that clan would be red and whatnot. Okay, let me do the whites on fur here. Because the whites will be easy. Because the nose is usually just a little bit of spotting. And then the paws. As I said, this guy is pretty easy in the sense of what I'm doing for white markings. It's very obvious, unless I want to tweak the markings and give him more white. So there's a small chance of that. Like, if maybe I'll make another video on top of the update video I just made the prior day to recording this, which is coming out the same day as this, where it'd be me asking if you guys want to see me try to revive my old Warrior fanfics and build up a story for here. And I'll try to keep them not as mature as Tales of Rhazie, but they might hit a few of the same themes. I don't know if that's just an issue of me being older now and wanting mature books and not seeing that, because my main stuff I read is Warrior fanfiction. Oops, that's fine. I'll just make that part of a ring. We're just gonna make him a little bit more of a my classic old-time tabby type thing. Maybe the stripe goes a little bit onto the butt of the tail. Maybe that'll be how that one works. And I didn't give him any chest marking. I should have. Because, yeah, I could easily give that a U. Yeah, I'll have to come back and fix this or grab that. Or I'll do it when I unselect this. And do this. And he will get a U marking. Scruff. Tips. But let me know in the comments below. I'll probably also make a separate video for it if you guys would want me to rehash some of my old Warrior fanfics and change them to be better written, because I haven't written them since middle school or high school, depending on which one it is. Like, technically speaking, Flare Star's Hope, I was inspired to write during my senior year of high school. Technically speaking, I think I wrote a little bit of some of them in my freshman year, or at least attempted to revive it and never did anything with it. But like, Running Source Fate, I wrote 32 inconsistently length chapters, which was terribly written. Very terribly written, mind you. And funny enough, I lost, or acknowledged that I lost the notebook where I wrote the first half of it, because it was into 2 notebooks on April Fool's Day, which was funny and terrible at the same time. Also, Running Source Fate is actually what led to me writing Tales of Rhazie, aka the Black Dawn series, because Black Dawn was the first book I ever finished from start to finish, even though it has changed drastically since I first wrote it. I got from beginning to end. I had never done that with any of my Warrior fanfics. And the majority of Running Star Fate isn't even in the forest of Nightclan, where she's from. It was in the Tulea place. Like, things I would need change for it would be like her whole relationship with her mate, who for some reason got her captured with kitty pets when she was pregnant, despite her being the leader for one. And then he murdered his own brother. Then he kidnapped his own kitten. And at the same time, Running Stars falling for the stranger she just met, named Chase. It's a whole mess that would need a lot of revising. And eventually it leads to Dark and Skis, or whatever the hell I named book 1 for, where I had Lightning Star, my first Warrior OC. But that'll be it for this episode. Momo is going to be a Cliff Valley Scout trainee, without a doubt. Cece and Fur, I don't fully know what I'm going to be doing with. They could end up as members of the groups. Technically speaking, Fur could work as a son of one of Star's siblings, Kits, or even another sibling to Star. Maybe he's from an older litter or something. Or maybe he's not related to Star in general. As for CC, she's probably gonna either be Cliff Valley or Cliff Lydon. Or Stray. Or maybe she's part of the history of the groups of power instead of the current times. Either way, she's pretty. And as I stated many times before, they're not guaranteed to keep the name of what they have. Like Momo, for instance, I don't know what I'm changing their name to, but they're not keeping that name. There's a chance if I let them live, they're gonna end up as a Twisted Shadow. Or maybe they're not even from Cliff Valley, but just another captive born from the factions that just happened to escape with Diamond. Because okay, I'm gonna give a spoiler. Diamond's captured by the factions, and I was playing that he was the trainee that was with her when she got captured. But I might change that to him being a rogue born that helped her. Further submitting that to her Diamond's father, Falcon, that Diamond should be a caretaker, aka Molly, forever lost into having kittens when Diamond did not want that. But she sensed Diamond was carrying baby Dahlia, who's not her kid, but kind of her adopted kid. I'm gonna pretend that Frank and Dipple are not rosettes, and are instead spotted tabbies. Granted, I might just make Frank spotted instead. Even though they're, and as a reminder, they're likely not to keep this name. It's just what the Clangen gave him. I think that's a different color. And as I mentioned last episode, I got most up to 2 episodes worth figured out, and this one was the one I did not figure out for last episode by the last episode's recording. Okay, I actually start on the side profile. I really want to turn this cat into a calico. A ginger calico. Even though they're a rosette. I might actually do that. Give an example of a ginger calico. For Tales of Rhazie purposes. Okay. Okay. And I'm hoping within a couple episodes time, I'll actually have had time to look up music that I can use. That's definitely free royalty, so I can throw that in. I know this cat's not a calico, but I don't care. I'm just taking inspiration from the cats, and I go with what calls to me. Let me make that lighter. There we go. And just because this cat was a rosette, I'll give a singular rosette. So this isn't an extreme example of me just being like, I don't like what's given to me, and I want to draw something else entirely. I want to do hind-legs? Nah. Get the whole tail. This is a very simplified ginger calico for my series standards. She would almost fit in River Valley if it wasn't for Reggie's and not tuft-eared. She would fit in for a second draft, River Valley at least. Casually used his mouse just to scroll. So this is me just being like, I don't want to do rosette cats. I really don't. I like the look of them. I just don't like drawing them. Is the whole thing. That's the entire mood of this for me in regards to rosette cats. Like maybe I'll redo Frank to be more accurate. It's just I don't want to do it. I don't want to deal with a rosette tabby, and I don't think I've gotten actually many calicos in the Trouble Clan or Bloom Clan run, and I got maybe one or two. So yeah. Rosettes, I'm either gonna turn to spotted tabbies, calicos, or just spotted cats. Maybe I'll do a few more actual rosette cats. But I really don't enjoy drawing them, so and since I don't have a clear yet example of how many cats I'm gonna have for the main cast, I don't want to do too many rosettes early on if I'm ending up using these designs. Kind of deal. I don't know if that's just me being finicky or what. And hopefully by time I record the next drawing Clangen, which isn't far off on my list because I'm still a little bit behind. So it might not even be accurate to say this. hopefully I'll at least have some of the cast figured out, or at least the already existing cast written down with notes of how many I want in the groups of power. Like, here's the minor problem with me being like, yeah, I'm gonna use them for Black Dawn. Black Dawn is not supposed to list all the cats. And if I do that, if I do list a lot of cats that don't show up in the following book, it's going to be for Cliff Valley, where a chunk of the cats die. And even then, there's always a chance I might change my plans for how I want this done. Okay, oops, did not mean to grab Gradient, I meant to grab Fulfill. I'm just gonna casually make this a deepen thing also. I'm gonna tweak this so it's a little bit closer. So this is gonna be an extreme example of me tweaking what I'm seeing in the pixelated cats. It's a reminder their patterns up to a point can be different, but they also can be pretty much the same. It's just colorations that are different, which is why when we get cases of um patches, that helps me a little bit. Usually it's just white overlay, but in the case of like last episode, I think it was last episode, or was it 2 episodes ago? I can look. I'll do it after I look at this. Get her her eye done. And this doesn't mean I won't change things further, because as you see, this is more of a teal color than the same blue shade. Okay, was it episode 7 or was it episode 6? It was episode 6. By the way, I haven't fixed this one. So this is like the only case I've seen that's not a white overlay where I have like ginger patches. I know it's terrible to look at because I have the overlay on of which is from the selection tool. And I can tell that these markings have like a gradient on them or something like that, so I'm not doing that. I am not. I am changing how the tail goes though, because this looks like a spinal stripe to me. I am picky about spinal stripes. Why is this? Why did I bring this down to 3? Oops, wrong color. I forgot the eye drop. Like, the plan is for me to eventually do an actual speed paint when I have a better grasp on the speed up tool for DaVinci and Resolve. So when I have that figured out, I'll probably do a Clangen speed paint properly. And I love how this looks like it's how it's properly supposed to go for the tail, but it's not. Which I've done for a couple characters like this. For Tales of Rhazie, I think. Do I give you spotty legs? Probably. I probably should give you some spotty legs. Don't mind me trying to zoom with my mouse and somehow missing where I'm trying to go. Like, there's some stuff I want to fix about my reference sheets. And then there's some stuff I'm fine with. What I eventually need to do is make a proper bust for... That circle is too small. Um, I need to make a proper bus like for family trees and such. And when I get that done, I actually probably um whenever I get that done, I can also probably do that for the Clangen family trees. We're just gonna actually just do 3 dots to make it simplified. Okay. 2 dots and then like that. But more properly placed probably. And I think it's 3 dots going up. And chin. I need to do more cats with chin marking. It's nice to see it occasionally. It's just with my current template, it's not the greatest thing. Another reason why the family tree bust might need to be updated, or that needs to be updated in general. Oops, I do not mean to do that. And regardless if it actually looked nice that way, not doing it. I'm only doing one character where I'm majorly messing up what I'm looking at. And that's what happens when you don't close the spot. And I'm questioning one of the cats. They're upstairs with me right now. Merlin, what are you doing? I think he's thinking of stealing Cinnamon's spots and that she's not in it. It's fine, I guess. She's not. She's currently laying on my jacket instead. Eventually, hopefully, I will get some more templates from Zenrift for the other stages of life. I might end up temporarily making or attempting to sketch out some of that myself when I have time. What I eventually should be doing is actually making a template for actual normal cats, just in case I do want to go back to doing some warrior fanfics. That way, I can be using the actual cat templates that are meant for them. One sec. Merlin, stop lifting plastic. This plastic you're leaving. Sorry about that. The cat was doing something he was not supposed to be doing, licking plastic. Per normal, me getting distracted by my cats. Except one is not actually my cat. He's just up here. For some reason. Which I guess is better than him being downstairs bothering my sister's cat. Since Cinnamon seems to be really chill with him. Outside of giving him looks of like, why are you up here? Okay. I'm sorry if my rambling is a bit more random than normal. My brain is just like, I need to get ahead on recordings because one, I'm going to become busier IRL. Oops, am I doing that? Eh. For reasons I'm not going to get into. Okay, I might, even though I plan to make him just a spotted tabby, I might give the impression of rosettes without coloring the rosettes. I forget what that's called. Is it just spotting? No, I don't think it is. I don't know why I'm spacing on what it's called. Okay, I'm gonna redo that circle. Whoops. Did not. Oh, I controlled X. That's why I did. And here we see me being like, you can semi get rosettes, but not really. Do rings. And do that. No. Like, I want to imitate the leg barking, and at the same time, I don't. We're just gonna do that instead. Do that as well. Need to do his face. Hmm. Whoops. I'm sorry if this is a bit of a quieter one. I'm my brain is just like I need to get this done. Because I got a little bit behind, and now I'm just barely a week ahead, if that. So I'm trying to get this done quickly without rambling about too much stuff that's Tales of Rhazie. Because I really should be saving the Tales of Rhazie rambles for the Tales of Rhazie videos that I need to get done. But I can't get those done unless I'm keeping up with my own schedule. And like this one, they're kind of variation lengths, except they can go for way longer. One time, I recorded 5.5 hours for it, and I never used that video content. I've since deleted that thing. But yeah, as a reminder, eventually, um, this will be every other week, eventually, and that'll be alternating with me rambling about warriors. But yeah, this one I just didn't want to do rosettes, and this is closer gonna get to me doing the rosettes right now. Like if I can confirm that the cats I'm drawing, I just realized I didn't do these cats. This cat's toes. If I can confirm the cats I'm drawing are not gonna be used for Tales of Rhazie or a Warriors fanfic that I might end up drawing some content for, I might be more willing to do rosettes. Like rosettes are very pretty. I just don't enjoy drawing them, especially when I'm trying to draw this like for consistency for planned for a comic eventually or graphic novel. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.